and was just a thorn in the side of Jamarian Dawkins and Kamari Reed all night.
Boy, he hits hard. I don't want to get hit by that young man. He can really, as they say, lay the lumber. So he's your McDaniel Scott Agency defensive player of the game. Now your offensive player of the game brought to you by Hojo, Husqvarna Tools. You can call them at 704-482. Let me make sure I get that. I need to get my spectacles, Brent. That one's pretty small there. 482-5002. They're at 110 Grigg Street in Shelby, North Carolina. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday, 8 to noon, specializing in Husqvarna tools. So who's our Hojo offensive player of the game?
We're going to go with quarterback DJ Fuller.
Yeah, he had a ton of yards tonight, a couple of touchdowns. Really, between you could really take him or Ruff,
right.
Either one, because they were the centerpieces of the offense tonight. So I think good nomination for your Hojo offensive player of the game. And then finally, your Falston Pharmacy overall player of the game. You can call the Falston Pharmacy at 704-538-3021. They're located at 511 Falston Road in Falston, North Carolina. They're reminding you it's allergy season, so go see them for those needs. So who do we have for our Falston Pharmacy player of the game?
We're going to go with TJ Ruff. He, I believe he had a trifecta touchdown
3
night.
Touchdowns, yeah.
He's just a difference maker all over the field. He took some direct snaps, ran it. He actually caught a ball out of bounds that was almost a touchdown, but had 3 rushing touchdowns and was a difference in the game tonight.
So he's your offensive player of the game, once again sponsored by the Falston Pharmacy. So, Brent, any parting words before we end the broadcast tonight?
No, I think teams worked some of the kinks out. First football in a long time for either team, for these kids, for us doing the games, and the first time you and I worked together in quite a while. So, other than basketball, so appreciated your insight tonight. And tomorrow night I'll be on the air with Jeff Jones and Steve DeGree over at Shelby High for Shelby and East Gaston here on WHS and KTC Broadcast.
And the good thing to be inside tomorrow.
Yes.
So you won't have to be outside in this. Now we're in this lonely void as the stadium very quickly emptied. I think as the temperature dropped, people headed to the parking lot. So once again, we appreciate you listening to this WOHS broadcast that was brought to you by many sponsors, including West End Sales, who is our title sponsor of WOHS Game of the Week. One more time, it was Crest 38, Forest View 13. Signing off, Brent and Jeff will have more football action tomorrow. I'm taking the night off, Brent, so I'll be listening to you and Jeff and trying to get some of those statistical and analytical pointers by listening to Jeff Jones tomorrow night. So I hope you do as well.
I'll definitely be smarter after working with Jeff tomorrow. So join us tomorrow night. We'll be on the air at 6:30 and kick off at 7. And then stay tuned. Go to ktcbroadcasting.com or look us up on Facebook or Twitter just to see what happens Saturday. There's a opportunity for a couple of basketball playoff games. And so be on the lookout for the schedule. For Tom Centofanti, Rob Root, Kevin Hastings back at the station, this is Brent Pasco. Thanks for joining us tonight on our West End Sales broadcast. Crest 38, Forest View 13.
Give your home a new look for spring and summer with a stop at Baird's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. Right now, take 15% off all carbon and vinyl remnants. Hey, that's not all. Baird's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain has additional selection of select vinyl and carbon remnants at 50% off the mark price. And they carry wide width vinyl and carpet. And they do rug binding too. That's Baird's Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Full Throttle Powersports in Gastonia has just gotten a whole lot bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They have just purchased MS Powersports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts, too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. That's Full Throttle Powersports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat. Showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me. Cause that's who I am.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to, you're in mic 2 there, sir. Welcome to the Postgame Show, Week 1, 2021 Spring Football. Dennis, did you ever think we'd be saying spring?
Well, I knew they played football in spring, but I thought it was some hybrid of the NFL or spring practice or something of that nature.
Well, we've got spring football. All the games are done except for one on our board. I think one or two. We're getting a couple final scores in. Andre's working hard on that. He's also about to tweet out the final scores, folks, so we can get the final score list for you guys in just a few moments. We're going to get the board set up in just a few minutes. Waiting on Maiden and Bandy's to finish up. Maiden leads 21-7 late in the fourth quarter there. And then we're waiting on Lincoln and Newton Conover to finish up. Newton Conover was up 13-0 a little while ago, and it should be getting close to finished as well. We had some broadcasts here on KTC broadcasting tonight. Cherville and Chase were on WCSL. I'm going to go the final on that since I didn't see anything else come across, Dennis. 56-9, the Chase Trojans defeat the Cherville Ironmen. And we're gonna get you all the scores and everything here in just a little bit. There's some of the scores on our show. Andre, would you turn that camera just so slightly so the folks can see, to your left, so the folks can see at home these scores here on the left. It's gonna be tough to squeeze in. You might have to back it up just a little bit. We don't need that far left board, just those three. So if you're listening on the radio, folks, we're doing this live on YouTube. We got a pregame show that's on the radio. We do it live on YouTube as well. And then during the games tonight, we did our first ever Red Zone Radio, where we jumped around from game to game and checking on scores and keeping you guys updated live during the games. You're looking, if you're watching online, at our live scoreboard, I guess is the best way to put that. This is our Friday night workshop, work area, work board. Andre's favorite place to be during the fall, but we're in the spring right now, and we got to finish up some scores. The Cherville Chase game, I'm gonna guess, I didn't see anything else come across. 56-9 as the final on that. Next Friday, Burns. Here's a note on them. They'll go to Chase. We'll have that on one of our stations. We'll go over that in just a little bit. What we'll have this week, next week, and going forward. Tonight, let me give you the scores I got, and then we're going to take a quick break and get resettled and try to get some of these final scores. Dennis, your Chargers won tonight at home, 38-13.
Yeah, I'm not real happy with that 13, but, we'll get better next week.
Okay, well, North Lincoln wins 10-6 against West Lincoln. A lot of people, those two teams put a lot of points on the board last year, but in their game last year, Dennis, it was only 24-14, so the defense has stepped up big time. In those matchups. RS Central and East Rutherford will play tomorrow night. Let me give you the scores for tonight. Burns with a big win in Belmont tonight, 28-27 over the Red Raiders of South Point. Thomas Jefferson wins 25-9 over the Community School of Davidson. Fred T. Ford 28-6 victors over Patton tonight. High Brighton 50-13 over Bunker Hill. The craziest score of the night, folks, ladies and gentlemen, we got a baseball score here in the spring, Dennis.
Really?
South Iredale 7, Alexander Central 2.
Oh, I wonder if it blew the no-hitter.
14 months, Dennis, and all you got was 2.
2.
And hell, your defense played a heck of a game. They gave up 7.
Well, they got a safety.
How many high school games, Dennis, do you ever see that you give up 7 and lose?
Ooh.
What's the percentage on that one?
Not many.
99.something%. It's got to be high. Because, most games are high scoring. West Lincoln gave up 10 tonight and lost. You come into the game, Dennis, as any type of a coach, if you said, well, my team's going to get 10 or 7, you as a defensive coach, like, yeah, good job. As long as the offense does anything, we should be good. But The other team has the defense too, right?
Well, at least they got a safety.
Well, I think, did I get all the scores there, Cross? I think, Andre, if you're right, the Cherville went on, and I'll get the Bandy's Maiden here. And just, again, of course, earlier tonight we did mention the passing of former Maiden and East Burke coach Tom Brown tonight up at Maiden. 59, or is it 56-9? 56-9. He didn't want to write it on the board. Andre wants to protest some of the scores, especially this Cherville
he's
game.
a Crest graduate.
He was saying that the refs were not on point tonight, and then what was the other one? Danny's stats weren't right. Dennis, by Danny's count, I'm gonna round it to the fives because I can't remember exactly what he said. I want to make sure. Roughly, folks, 405 total yards tonight for Chase, 71 for the Ironman.
Well, you know, they've got a new coach over at Chase.
Yep.
Former Burns guy, Coach Cogdell.
And he was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, so he played some pretty good defense tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And Chase is probably, we talked about in a pregame show, Kevin, you were in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these teams we sort of thought were even at this point because they had a situation, you know, Cherville building, Chase building. They were what we looked at pretty much evenly matched.
Mm-hmm.
Forget that.
Yeah.
Chase came through tonight with a big win. And trust me, that will set the tone for a lot of what's going on at Chase the rest of the year. And as I said on the pregame show, is this the year? Based on that score, might be.
Well, you know, you're talking about the Shelby game where they have never beat them.
Exactly.
You know, this could be a good chance, Dennis. They've had, you know, first year coach, you can't never say that. You know, hey, Cogdell's coming in his first dang game against Shelby win, but you know, they had a good team last year, and I just wanted to mention that. And you know, you get a new coach. You sometimes don't know when that happens, whether you're going to still have the same, you know, the players that were there the year before, especially in a successful season. Looking at last year's Chase Trojans, I want to kind of pull up. They were 10-3 last year. They beat Bessemer, Cherville. They beat Cherville 40-0 last year.
Yeah.
So this year 56-9.
But my point about could this be the year?
Yeah.
Cogdell was defensive guy at Burns. He's familiar with Shelby. They've handled Shelby in the past. He goes over to Chase. They had a very good season for Chase last year. What did they need to get them over the hump? It might have been just a little bit of a push from a guy like Cogdell, who comes in and says, "Follow me, boys. We're going to turn this thing around, and we're going to win in this particular conference." People talk about this conference as being a weakling, and we're somewhere, you know, in the bottom mix. We showed them last year what we can do. Let's go seize the day.
I'm sitting here looking at their games last year. I want to give some of the scores. The first game, Bessemer, was 28-10. Then it was 40-0, 54-8, 55-6, 50-0, 61-19, 55-30, 41-28, 42-41. They scored 40 on everybody but Bessemer in a win. Now, then they against Burns, they only scored 6 points last year.
That's because Cogdell was running the defense.
Against the Bulldogs. You're right. And then against Shelby last year, they put up 20, but they lost 55-20 to Shelby. That was their only two regular season losses. Then they lost in the playoffs 48-21 up at Brevard. So that was their season last year. And, you know, you never know. Dennis, you know, they don't have Jack Hollyfield. They got a new quarterback. You know, again, they've got basketball players out. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You never know. We'll see.
Well, here's the question for Chase. Is it sustainable? I mean, you know, there's a flash in the pan, jack in the box kind of thing. One night, you know, somebody can upset anybody. but can you do it again and again? And can you do it in week 5? And can you do it, in this case, week 7?
So here's a good point on, once you get to the playoffs, the competition stiffens up. How about the Shelby girls basketball tonight squeaked out a 2-point win against Salisbury? Now, they beat Chase this year 90-something to 6.
Wow.
It was like 97 or 98 to 6. They beat Chase, the girls. And tonight they win by 2. And I try to explain to people, regular season is totally different. When you get in the playoffs, you get down to 16 to 8 to 4 teams, especially those girl teams. Once you get to 8, those girls teams are good. Yeah. The competition is different playing a good girls team and a bad. And Shelby, man, squeaks by with a 2-point win. All kinds of basketball wins tonight across the area. North Lincoln won tonight in basketball, folks. The Knights will host Shelby on Saturday. We don't have a time schedule. We don't know. We still got to decide on radio-wise what we're going to do. Crest is going to West Rowan with their win tonight.
Right.
So Crest will be at West Rowan Saturday. North Lincoln will host Shelby Saturday. For you Shelby and North Lincoln fans, kind of want to know what each other is like. North Lincoln's going to shoot every 3 they can. They're going to walk in the gym firing threes, Dennis.
Yep.
And Shelby's going to try to run them out of the gym. We'll see. And now Shelby last year, I did every game in the playoffs in a state title run. Every team that they played was just like North Lincoln, and they ran them out of the gym. Now this year, I don't, without Deshaun Christopher and everybody, I'm not sure they can. But Torrin Arrington, if you've never seen him play, folks, Tyler Arrington, his twin brother's Torrin, but Tyler's the leading scorer. He is a fantastically fundamental basketball player, fun to watch. And he has no fear, and he pulls it. And a great kid to talk to, fun kid to talk to. So check out Arrington.
Sort of a Gabe DeVoe.
He's actually playing. He's going to play football at. He's not as good as Gabe. He's going to play football at Gardner Webb.
Okay.
So he's not going to play basketball in college, but he is playing football. So girls win, Shelby boys win, Crest boys win, and North Lincoln boys win as well. So Burns, sort of highlights the Burns tonight stopped South Point on a 2-point conversion attempt to win. Dennis, we'll see if this is the highlight, folks. So, you're listening on the radio. You want to see some highlights? We got them. We got highlights.
You don't have to wait till 11:25.
No, or trust other people from other parts of the state. So we've got some highlights. We had reporters out at some of the games. This is the, I'm guessing, I ain't even hit play on it yet. This is the 2-point conversion, Dennis, that South Point run to win the game. And when you look at the South Point formation, Dennis, and you see that wide receiver out there on the out-of-bounds marker, he's not doing anything.
He's taking a nap.
Right, he's just taking one guy out to the corner. All right, so here's the play, of course. They run the option. What do you think they called, Dennis? Had a fullback dive? They did. Bulldogs stop it. And as you can see, the fans and the Bulldogs go crazy on the sidelines. Bulldogs win tonight, 28-7. Stop the 2-point conversion. Congratulations. Hey, I'll play it one more time. So, folks, listen on the radio. Get to YouTube. Go to KTC Broadcasting. I'm going to have highlights of some of the games. If you want, if you're at a game, Dennis, here's what's so cool about this. If you're at a game, whatever sport it is, and you want us to, retweet or talk about it on these shows, just tag us on Twitter. Yeah. And we can pull your tweet up, and we'll put it on the show.
I won't call any names, but I noticed somebody had made a comment to Tom and Brent tonight about, they wish KTC was back carrying the video.
Yeah.
And they were going to get up a petition, but I that's beyond us, folks. We're doing the best we can.
I'm going to say that petition ain't going to go nowhere.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's a save you paper, spare the tree. But here's what I will say. You don't have to wait till late. You can get to bed early because you can see all the highlights right here.
So folks, if you're, the folks watching online, so what we're doing, I'm showing you our tweet deck here at the office that we're using. Is Andre even? Oh, there he is. I was about to say, Andre, if you would gather up all the scores, give me one score tweet on all of that, so I can get that out to the folks and update everybody. Still waiting on Maiden and Bandies to get finished, folks. I'll get you that as soon as I can, and the Lincoln and Newton Conover game as soon as I can get you that. But I want to show some highlights here. A little bit after 10, we're going to do that. We're going to go through some of the scores and talk about all of those. So get to your YouTube, whether you're at home,
give them a chance to get home,
tablets, wherever. get home, get to your YouTube, pull it up on your phone, and we're going to show you some highlights from some of the games. Now, how do we do it? Well, some of the schools broadcast live anyway, so we got some of those up anyway for free. So
we've broken no laws.
No, everything
violated no rules.
Doctrine.
I won't say that we hadn't made some people irritated.
We're sending out reporters to the games, kind of like WBTV does and everybody else.
Yeah.
Take video. And
that's how they get their highlights.
And so our guys are posting the scores as they go on our tablets. Caleb Johnson tonight was out at Cherryville. He did a fantastic job. I want to thank him for getting all the scores. Dennis, he was busy tonight. 56-9. Caleb had to post 65 points worth of scores tonight. Over in
but we can't telecast their games.
Right, over at Crest, 38-13. Rob Roop tonight. Rob Roop did the thing for us tonight.
And his son got to play tonight too.
RJ got in the game. Junior 6'2", 305 lineman. Now they won 38-13. So Rob had to post 51 points. Light work tonight over at LON, West Lincoln and North Lincoln. North Lincoln wins 10-6. Matt Royster was out at South Point tonight for the Burns tweets. Matt did a fantastic job.
He's
28-27. Matt and of course Nelson also keeping us updated on the Burns stuff. Even when I step away, it's good to come back, folks. If you want us to tweet your highlights, tweet your scores, if you got photos, whatever, we'll pull it up on the post-game show and talk about it and show the fans and everybody.
We'll be your platform.
Yeah, we'd love to play. So right now I'm just scrolling through all the scores that we've got on ourselves. If you folks have some as well, you can post them. And but we're going to get a little organized. We're going to come back in just a few moments to do a little bit more. Dennis, if you'll read the scores that are up there right now, I'm going to get in there and get ready to play some commercials.
Well, with regards to you and Kevin, I hate to do this to you, but Chase 56, Cherryville 9. It was Crest 38, Forest View 13, North Lincoln 10, West Lincoln 6, RS Central and East Rutherford in the big game up there, the rivalry game, will be played tomorrow night. And that's carried on WAGY for those of you that would like to listen to that. And what was probably the highlight of the night in a heated conference game, Burns 28, South Point 27, going for 2. Burns defense denied them the end zone. East Gaston and Shelby are playing tomorrow night because Shelby had a basketball game tonight. Kramer and Kings Mountain will be played Saturday over in Kings Mountain. Ashbrook and Berry Academy will play Friday. North Gaston and Hunter Huss will play Friday. Community School of Davidson and Thomas Jefferson played tonight. Thomas Jefferson 25, Community School of Davidson 9. Mountain Island Charter and East Lincoln will be playing Friday night. Newton, Conover, and Lincolnton. That's one that Andre is trying to find for us. We'll be back with that score a little bit later. And Bessemer City and Pine Lake Prep are playing Friday night. Maiden and Bandies is the other game that Andre's working on to find a final score for us. Fred T. Ford, 28, Patton 6 tonight. It was High Brighton. The Panthers had 50, and Bunker Hill had 13. I'm glad to know that there's some Panthers that can score 50 points. And let's see, we had West Iredell and Drone. They play Friday. West Caldwell and East Burke are playing Friday. McDowell and Hickory will play Friday. And let's see, Freedom and St. Stephen's are playing Friday. And in the bottom of the ninth inning, it's South Iredell 7 and Alexander Central 2. No, that's a football score. I made a mistake. I thought they were playing baseball. Watauga and South Caldwell will play Friday. And what is that?
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Dennis?
Oh, I gave the score for South Iredell and Alexander Central. I said it was in the bottom of the ninth inning. I thought it was a baseball score, but it's actually a football score, 7-2. And that last one on there, I can't make out from here. I'm getting old.
Who you look? Which game you looking at?
The last one on the board at the far end. We need to get an optometrist to sponsor us.
Is that what we need?
Yeah.
He said we need an optometry sponsor, Andre.
Well, I tell you what, we had Fat sponsoring our food tonight, and your lovely wife, Amy, brought a meal and a half.
Fats of Shelby, want to thank them for it. Christ the King Union Academy, that's down for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Friday.
We actually have to change one up there. I've got Ashbrook did play tonight.
Oh, they did?
Ashbrook got beat by Berry Academy tonight. Where did it just go?
Surprise.
I just lost it.
You got it, Andre?
I just had it like 2 seconds ago. Where did it go? You say 24-13? It was like 31 to something. Hold on. I just see it. I just had it up.
24-13.
No, I think you're wrong. It was on the Ashbrook football. We couldn't retrieve Ashbrook. Unknown error. Here we go. 31-13 was the final score.
Ooh.
Berry wins over Ashbrook. So 31-13 is another score that come across that we hadn't got to tweet out yet. Andre's
31.
Put that on the big magic board.
13. They got the same numbers. They just got it messed up. Now, when they play Crest, they'll be like they were 10-0. Well, that's the way it usually works.
Well, their big problem, we talked earlier is the roster size.
Yeah, I thought you had a great point tonight, Kevin. Go ahead and say a little something about that, comparing apples to apples. He's on the phone right now, folks. But Kevin was making a hypothesis tonight. How do these schools match up? And he pulled not their ADM numbers, which is how we normally use to determine, classification. Except this year they're using ADM numbers and, the number of chicken bones that you had in the lunchroom and something else kind of thing. But Kevin came up with what I thought was a very interesting analysis of who should play who. Right. And it's based on your roster size. Kevin, take it away.
Well, I don't have my magic sheet in front of me, but I can kind of self-explain it to you. We just got a quick call from the Lincoln score. 27-13. Lincoln was down 13-0. Jonathan Phelps gave us a call. Thank you, Jonathan, to let us know that Lincoln roars with a comeback big win, 27-13 over the Newton Conover Red Devils. Big win. He's got a son out there, plays is a freshman on the team, so congratulations to him. I tell you what, let's play some commercials. When we come back, we'll talk those the conferences and what we think and more as we finish up here tonight. We're going to be here till about 11 tonight, Thursday night football, and wrapping up the scores, folks. We're going to have some highlights here in just a few minutes across the board for some of the games we covered and more here on KTC. We'll be right back, folks, in just a few minutes.
Remember, you get it here first.
This day and time, you need to be concerned about your health, and Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby can help. Talk with them about phenomenal air-cold plasma generator technology. It cleans the air naturally and can eliminate 99% of COVID. Also virus, bacteria, mold, pollen, dust, dander, and odors, including smoke odors. And it's time for your preseason checkup. Book your service online for just $65 or mention WhatsAppShopper.com and get it for just $45. Visit the Facebook page or HopperHVAC.com. That's Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby. Attention, buy here, pay your customers. The new Iconic Motor Company in Shelby has regular financing plans that will help you reestablish your credit with a credit bureau. Come in for all the details at the new Iconic Motor Company in Shelby, where you'll find quality late model vehicles. Yes, you can get approved at the new Iconic Motor Company of Shelby, 325 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 West in Shelby. Online at IconicMotorCompanyofShelby.com. Open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Get approved today at Iconic Motor Company in Shelby.
There's a lot of talk about heroes these days.
Hey, buddy, you want to go fishing?
The folks in the funny outfits with superpowers and spandex.
All right, buddy, let me help you.
But at Ingalls, we know that a lot of our heroes
Now you look like a pro.
are a little closer to home. They're the ones who give us what we need for those everyday adventures. That's why we look up to the ones who look out for us.
Don't forget your fish food. Catch a big one.
Ingalls,
See you later, Dad.
all
Bye.
the ingredients for family.
The J. Morgan Company is proud of our Cleveland County high schools, Burns, Crest, Kings Mountain, and Shelby, and wishes all our local high school athletes good luck. Whether it's basketball, football, or baseball, best wishes for a good season. Take the discipline, integrity, sportsmanship, and winning spirit you learn participating in your sport and use this to be successful and happy for the rest of your life. And fans, support these athletes by listening to the games on WOHS 101.5 FM, 1390 AM, or on www.ktcbroadcasting.com.
James River delivers end-of-season closeouts with 100% affordability and 0% financing. Right now at James River Equipment, get 0% financing for 60 months on John Deere 1 through 4 Series compact tractors, 0% on commercial mowers, 0% on Gator utility vehicles, and 0% on zero-turn mowers. Visit jamesriverequipment.com/closeout. James River delivers.
Located on Highway 180 North in Shelby. $500 down delivers at Jeff's Auto Sales in Lincoln and Shelby. And getting it approved has never been easier with on-the-lot financing available. You can even apply online at jeffsautosales.com. Just pick it out and drive it home with over 100 on the lot to choose from. For 28 years, Jeff's Auto Sales has been serving the area with over 10,000 vehicles sold. That's Jeff's Auto Sales, 3081 East Highway 27 in Lincoln and 4490 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Like them on Facebook, too. Just in Time Plumbing in Kings Mountain wishes Cleveland County high school teams the best of luck this season. Family owned and operated, serving Cleveland and Gaston counties, they handle bathtub and vanity installation, new home construction plumbing, commercial sinks, Renai tankless water heaters, water line repairs, unclogging drains, gas piping, and more. And they offer project financing. Their licensed service professionals provide first-class service on time, on budget, 24/7. Call 704-600-8350 for your free estimate. Just-in-time plumbing every time. 107 South City Street, Kings Mountain. Full Throttle Powersports in Gastonia has just gotten a whole lot bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They have just purchased MS Powersports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. That's Full Throttle Powersports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. The fire that you desire is found at Future Energy Company on West Graham Street in Shelby. For 38 years, Future Energy Company in Shelby has been keeping Cleveland County warm and cozy with gas logs and fireplace inserts, plus keeping you fed with a Big Green Egg and Green Mountain pellet grills. And they carry the Yeti coolers too. So for the fire that you desire, see Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street in Uptown Shelby, or online at futureenergyco.com. Now you can get metal roofing at getabuilding.com in Shelby. Yes, all colors of metal roofing with a 40-year paint warranty. And now priced at just $227 a linear foot. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Ask to see the selection today of metal roofing at getabuilding.com. Plus, see them for your carports, garages, barns, and storage buildings. Call 704-482-7880. And you too can become a happy customer at getabuilding.com. Visit the website or at the location at 1705 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. They are the building people.
And good evening and welcome back to the Full Throttle Powersports football postgame show covering Cleveland, Lincoln, Gaston, and Rutherford counties of North Carolina, folks. We've got scores. We're going to have some highlights here in just a few moments. And I forgot my sheet, but I'm about to Go. I don't have time for this. Hold on, I'm fussing with somebody.
Topless unless you go outside.
Sending me texts because they can't run the internet. Folks, as always, there is you can watch live on YouTube, KTC Broadcasting YouTube page. It's as simple as I can put that. Go to the YouTube page and type in KTC Broadcasting, and you'll go to our channel, and that's where you'll find us. You can also type in Full Throttle Powersports Postgame Show, our KTC Broadcasting Scoreboard Show. All of those you can go and find. All right. So Dennis was talking a few minutes ago about redoing conferences, and Dennis, they're going to do that starting in the fall, right?
That is correct. The next football season will show some new conferences, and we'll talk about those and some changes. Some teams will actually move up. Some teams will move around. Interesting how the matchups are this time, Kevin. I'm going to try to pull that up here, unless you've got it already over there.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I think the interesting thing here is the insertion of some of these charter schools into basically public school conferences. That has been a no-no in the past with a lot of counties.
Yeah.
And
turn myself on there.
Yeah.
They they do it different ways, and we talked a little bit about that. So let's give you next year's conferences real quick.
Go through it.
The ones in our local area. Here's the most controversial one. We'll start off with that. Bessemer, Cherryville, Highland Tech, Thomas Jefferson, Burns, East Gaston, and Shelby. Now, East Gaston is closer to every Lincoln County school there is, Dennis, and they've got them going all the way to Thomas Jefferson and up to Burns. And they said they don't want you driving by other schools. It's almost like, and I know you probably can't believe this, Dennis, they started at Raleigh and just started going outward, and that's how they made the conferences with no rhyme or reason as to matchups, history, or anything.
It was science and data, Kevin.
Yes, that's what it was. There's a lot of science and data in this country nowadays. They Shelby, how many state championships? They just keep winning and winning and winning. And you put them in they know at the state, Dennis, Shelby shouldn't be in a 1A, 2A conference.
Duh.
They know that. Every person in Raleigh knows that.
I know that Shelby is not the largest metropolis in North Carolina.
Right.
But when it comes to football,
right,
they pretty dang good, and they're pretty dang important. And even people in Raleigh have heard of Shelby football.
And Shelby and Burns don't want to be in that division. What's it going to do for them? Now, other sports, it'd be a really competitive, good division, I would say. But as far as, football, it's not fair, and that's what we're going to talk about here in just a second, what Dennis was kind of alluding to earlier. And it's really how I think we should do the teams and split them up. But let me give you some more of the new conferences real quick so you can get an eye. What's going on with that conference? That conference is normally Dennis, like what you was talking about, a all charter conference. And, we're sitting here. I'm trying to pull up my stuff here. I'm going to find it here in a minute.
Well, the argument, Kevin, while you're pulling up stuff,
where did it go?
Against the charters playing in the publics is somewhat the same argument that people have against Charlotte Catholic playing in the publics.
Right.
They are not restricted greatly like the publics are, where you can get your players from.
Right. So, for an example, like Winston-Salem Prep draws from just in their county alone 2.5 million homes.
Oh, yeah.
Cherryville has 5,000 homes. So, and they're in the same division, 1A. So, that's a different argument as far as that goes. So, going over to the 2A West here real quick. 2A West conferences, I just gave you Burns and them where they'll be. How about Bandy's, Bunker Hill, East Burke, Lincoln and Maid, Newton, Conover, West Caldwell, and West Lincoln. So, Dennis, this is the weirdest thing about it is they made split conferences, right?
Yeah.
Then they turned around and split up the Lincoln County schools, and then they split up the Cleveland County schools.
Jawohl.
If you're going to go the trouble of making split conferences, Why are they not in the same conference?
Ask McDowell.
Isn't that just the silliest thing?
McDowell's the only 4A school within wherever, and they have to play in a split conference.
So what I found.
And what they're going to do, since they base the playoffs on being the top of your division in the conference, McDowell goes to the playoffs like South Caldwell did.
Well, that's different. I think you might have seen a different one, Dennis. I got 4 teams in the 4A in their conference now.
Okay, and the new one.
Right. AC Reynolds is moving to 4A.
Yeah.
Asheville, McDowell, Roberson. So the Asheville schools are all moving up to 4A.
Well, that's better travel because McDowell was having to go all over the place.
Right.
Get their butts beat, and then make the playoffs with maybe one win. And because they were 4A versus everybody else being 3A. What's happened is some of those schools, like you said, have moved up.
Right. So Brevard, Chase, East Rutherford, Hendersonville, Patton, Polk, and RS Central. Then I said the Lincoln one. I want to find the one with North Lincoln in a minute. They're in a 3A conference now. So, like I said, my thing is I would love to have Lincoln County and Cleveland County conference.
Yeah.
8 schools.
Wait a minute,
4
Kevin.
2A,
That makes too much sense.
4 3A.
That would be a tight little travel thing.
Does that make too much sense?
Yeah.
How about Ashbrook? The Gaston County schools stay together. Ashbrook, Crest, Forest View, Huss. Kings Mountain joins them and Crest.
Yeah.
With North Gaston, South Point, and Stuart Kramer. East Lincoln and North Lincoln join Fred T. Ford, Hickory, North Iredale, St. Stephen's, Statesville, and West Iredale in a 3A only conference.
Well, I think the question in Gaston County was Huss. Their numbers were such.
Yeah, Huss and South Point are close to lines.
And they could have been 2A. And I think they
Stuart Kramer
actually
is too.
They petitioned to play closer home teams in Gaston County and move up basically a division.
All right, so real quick, I kind of want to get into what we're talking about is what I think it would be the fairest way is to, instead of counting total kids and whatever weird mathematical formula they got now is on the ADM numbers, is because those count girls.
Yeah.
Those count students that don't play football that are boys.
Yeah.
They count, I guess, everybody in there in a class, and Dennis, not all of them are football or basketball or any players. So it's weird to me why you would, football, you could do football only conferences and I'd have no problem with it. And you could definitely go by this way, but this is what I want to look at. And we talked earlier on the pregame show is roster sizes with Shannon earlier. And folks, here's what I mean is I would like to take the 3 previous years roster size averages. So let's say, for example,
we'll do that thing about where you said, what are the top ranked schools?
Right. So, I want to organize them by the number of rosters. So Shelby, this would make more sense in my system than whatever the Athletic Association is, because they end up with them in a conference of Highland Tech. That would never happen on my sheet of paper. So, folks, listen to this. These are the rosters with the most size. So what you would do is you would take the last 3 years and do an average. So let's, for example, South Point had averaged 60 players a year on their roster. Here's the top teams, Dennis, with the most players on the rosters, and see if this would be a good conference. South Point, Crest, Shelby, Kings Mountain, Burns, Stuart Kramer, and North Lincoln.
Fair.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, add Hunter Huss to that would be the 8th.
Yeah,
one.
fair.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Huss. South Point, Crest, Shelby, Kings Mountain, Burns, Kramer, North Lincoln, and Huss all have 47 or more players on the roster.
But now those are not the same in ADM numbers.
Right. So we're going to get down to the big. We're going to get down to that example in just a second. So these are football roster sizes, and we're not counting girls or anyone else in the school. Next conference, I would have Mountain Island Charter, Chase, West Lincoln, East Lincoln, Forest View, East Rutherford, Thomas Jefferson, and Lincolnton.
Pretty much the same.
No, just Thomas Jefferson, not Lincoln in that one. So let me go back to that one. I want to make sure I get all 8 right. So the second conference would be Mountain Island, Chase, West Lincoln, East Lincoln, Forest View, East Rutherford, Thomas Jefferson, 3, 6, 7, and Lincoln.
That's a tough conference in that you're evenly matched every night.
I mean, is anybody like super favored in that?
No.
Is anybody a super underdog in that?
No. That's what I'm saying. It's a fair conference.
Like
anybody can beat anybody.
Kramer would probably be the lowest ranked out of the top conference, but dang, they got 50 players. Like that's probably coaching.
Yeah.
No, that's not. You got 50 players, you should do something. Now here's the bottom rung of teams with a low number of roster players last year. Cherville 39, RS Central 38, North Gaston 33, East Gaston 33, Highland Tech 28, Ashbrook 26, and Bessemer City with the lowest number last year, and it's going to be this year too, 25 last year. They got 16 on the roster this year. So let's talk about that for 1 second. Now, Dennis, people are like, what are you talking about? Where are you going with all this? Well, folks, Ashbrook, this is exactly where I'm going, all the way down New Hope Road. Ashbrook has 1,275 students, Dennis.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is right in the middle of the 3A classification. In fact, Dennis, they are only 100 people behind AC Reynolds and Asheville, and they were both bumped to the 4A conferences.
But Ashbrook may not have the roster that those teams have.
All right. So Bessemer City has 622 people in their school. So Ashbrook classifies as a 3A with 1,200 students.
Yeah.
Bessemer classifies as a 1A.
Yeah.
With 600 students. So what I'm getting at, folks, if Ashbrook was an all-girls school, they would still qualify as a 3A football school and would have to play the Kings Mountain and Catholic with in an all-girls school based on how the Athletic Association in North Carolina works. So what I want to do, here's the roster sizes. Ashbrook with 1,200 students, folks, had 26 people on the roster last year.
Football must not be popular down there in Southeast.
Bessemer with 600 students had 25. So,
Yeah.
Dennis, a school with 1,200 students played a school with 600, you would pick the school with 1,200.
Yeah.
But they have the same number of players, so it makes it an even matchup. For example, Ashbrook got beat tonight by Berry Academy.
Which probably has...
Do you know anything about Berry Academy?
They're very, very good.
I'm going to find them on this list, maybe. It's not in alphabetical order. It's just by ADM number, so I have to read every single line of that. You know, reading is do reading well here. I'm not even seeing Berry Academy on it. They might even be a private school and not even a public.
No, I think they're a charter.
A public thing. I'm not finding them. I'll see if I can find a conference on them. But Dennis, looking at that, what do you think as far as like maybe even looking at something like that? Again, Ashbrook has 1,200 kids, has 25 people play football, and Bessemer has 25 people at 600. It's more even if those two teams played each other instead of Ashbrook taking on Kings Mountain with 54 people. And one last thought, people are like, well, what does the numbers mean? Folks, Bessemer's 1s and 2s are probably good as the other 1s and 2s. It's the 3 through 12. So if Bessemer has 25 people, Dennis, and Shelby has 56, that's a whole nother team. They have a whole nother team to play backups against you. It's a total depth thing.
Well, what you're doing, Kevin, with your system is comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. When you play apples versus oranges, you get these weird combinations that you were talking about, where you've got a 3A school with 1,200 kids playing a 1A school with 600 kids, and yet they've got the same number of players. What's fair about that? If you play those two teams, it's fair. You got 26, I got 25, great. But don't go to a gun show with a knife and expect to come out the winner. And what we've got here is we're comparing things that are not equal. So by going with the rosters, and of course the rosters vary from season to season.
Right. And that's why I kind of want to do it like a 3-year average of it.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, they're going to lie about it. They lie about their ADM numbers, first of all. Second of all,
surely
you have
not.
to turn in your roster numbers, and it goes in an official thing. So you can't like say, well, 2 years ago we only had 30 and we had 50. No, that's not how it works. You already registered for it. So there's nothing you can do.
And that's
so you
only the
use
first.
This year's numbers.
That's
You just
only the
use
first
last year's
10
numbers.
days of school, Kevin.
Yeah.
And you never have anybody come in or leave after the first 10 days.
No. It's just, I think it's an unfair way a lot of things North Carolina does. All right, well, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to do highlights for the rest of the show. We're going to talk highlights and scores. Will Boykins is going to chime in here in a few minutes. We might have some other calls from some of our broadcasters that are going to stop in on the show and talk about the games, folks. So we're going to take a quick break. Dennis is going to give you the scores right now as we get ready for our break.
All right. Well, starting off the board over here closest to me, Chase and Cherryville tonight. It was Chase 56, Cherryville 9. And a game over in Bowling Springs tonight, Crest took on Forest View, and they managed to beat them 38-13 tonight. North Lincolnton was able to get by West Lincoln tonight, 10-6. RS Central and East Rutherford, a big rivalry game in Rutherford County, will be played tomorrow night. You can listen to that game on WAGY, W-A-G-Y, 107.5 on your dial there in the Cleveland, Rutherford County areas. In what I thought was probably the toughest game of the night, Cameron Sweezy and the Burns Bulldogs pulled out a 28-27 victory. I'd like to give credit to South Point. They went for two, but the Burns defense, Coach Devine, shut them down and got the victory tonight, 28-27. East Gaston and Shelby are playing tomorrow night. You might want to take an umbrella for that one. Kramer and Kings Mountain play Saturday night over in Kings Mountain. They've got that beautiful AstroTurf over there, and so the weather will not be a factor. We've got a final now, Berry Academy and Ashbrook. Berry Academy 31, Ashbrook 13. North Gaston and Hunter Huss will play Friday night. Community School of Davidson and Thomas Jefferson 25, Community School of Davidson 9. Mountain Island Charter and East Lincoln will play tomorrow night. Newton, Conover, and Lincolnton played tonight, and Lincolnton pulled out the victory. The Wolves are undefeated this year, having beat Newton Conover 27-13. Bessemer City and Pine Lake Prep play tomorrow. Maiden and Bandy's went at it tonight with Maiden, the Blue Devils, pulling out a 21-7 win over Bandy's. Patton and Fred T. Ford tonight. Ford 28, Patton 6. We've got High Brighton and Bunker Hill tonight. High Brighton had 50, Bunker Hill 13 in that game. West Jefferson and Drone will play. It's West Iredell and Drone will play tomorrow night. West Caldwell and East Burke play tomorrow night. We've got McDowell and Hickory tomorrow night. Freedom and St. Stephen's tomorrow night. And we said before that this is a low-scoring game. South Iredell and Alexander Central 7-2 tonight. Watauga and South Caldwell will play tomorrow night. And Christ the King and who's their opponent there, Kevin? I can't see that. Union Academy. They'll play tomorrow night as well. And Kevin, take another break there a second, and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about these games. And we've got some videos that we're going to show you of highlights of these various games, some of the touchdowns and hard-hitting plays tonight. And there were some hard-hitting plays tonight, folks. Kevin, take it away.
bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They have just purchased MS Powersports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. That's Full Throttle Powersports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
The J. Morgan Company is proud of our Cleveland County high schools, Burns, Crest, Kings Mountain, and Shelby, and wishes all our local high school athletes good luck. Whether it's basketball, football, or baseball, best wishes for a good season. Take the discipline, integrity, sportsmanship, and winning spirit you learn participating in your sport and use this to be successful and happy for the rest of your life. And fans, support these athletes by listening to the games on WOHS 101.5 FM, 1390 AM, or on www.ktcbroadcasting.com.
James River delivers end-of-season closeouts with 100% affordability and 0% financing. Right now at James River Equipment, get 0% financing for 60 months on John Deere 1 through 4 Series compact tractors, 0% on commercial mowers, 0% on Gator utility vehicles, and 0% on zero-turn mowers. Visit jamesriverequipment.com/closeout. James River delivers.
Located on Highway 180 North in Shelby. $500 down delivers at Jeff's Auto Sales in Lincoln and Shelby. And getting it approved has never been easier with on-the-lot financing available. You can even apply online at jeffsautosales.com. Just pick it out and drive it home with over 100 on the lot to choose from. For 28 years, Jeff's Auto Sales has been serving the area with over 10,000 vehicles sold. That's Jeff's Auto Sales, 3081 East Highway 27 in Lincoln and 4490 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too. Just in Time Plumbing in Kings Mountain wishes Cleveland County high school teams the best of luck this season. Family owned and operated, serving Cleveland and Gaston counties, they handle bathtub and vanity installation, new home construction plumbing, commercial sinks, Rinnai tankless water heaters, water line repairs, unclogging drains, gas piping, and more. And they offer project financing. Their licensed service professionals provide first-class service on time, on budget, 24/7. Call 704-600-8350 for your free estimate. Just-in-time plumbing every time. 107 South City Street, Kings Mountain.
There's a brand new Wednesday night special at Love's Fish Box in Kings Mountain. But first, on Tuesdays after 4 p.m., it's Alaskan whitefish with all the trimmings for just $6.99. And now on Wednesday nights, you've asked for them, now you've got them. Beef tips with your choice of fries or baked potato, slaw or salad, peppers and onions, or mushroom gravy for $9.95. And on Thursdays, it's their 8-ounce hamburger steak with your choice of potato, slaw, or salad for $6.99 at Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road, Highway 74 Business West in Kings Mountain.
The Dodge President's Day event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby. If you ain't first, you're last. Dodge is the #1 brand for driver appeal and initial quality for mass market brands. During the Dodge President's Day event, you get $2,950 retail consumer cash plus $750 Chrysler Capital bonus cash or 0% APR for 72 months on select new 2021 Dodge Durango models when financed through Chrysler Capital. Don't miss the Dodge President's Day event at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
If you're not bundling your insurance with Allstate, you might have fear of missing out, or FOMO.
You're too old to say FOMO.
But people who don't bundle their auto and home with Allstate...
No, FOMO's about fun stuff, not insurance.
But what if people use the money they save to pay for that fun stuff?
Okay, fine.
Your local Allstate agent is Damon Scott. Give him a call at 704-484-3463.
Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
When you see McDonald's Golden Arches, it's easy to get excited. It means something delicious is about to happen, like trying the new crispy chicken biscuit for breakfast. It's made with a crispy, juicy fried chicken fillet on a warm, flaky biscuit that's baked to perfection. Now mix and match the new crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
Mabel, go see who is at the door.
Mabel won't have to go to the door if you have a Mr. Sparky Wi-Fi doorbell camera. Simply check your smartphone. You can speak to your visitor, record video clips, unlock the door, and even have lights turned on when the doorbell is pressed. Buy now and get a free electrical safety inspection every year. For more details, call Mr. Sparky. Ask for the Wi-Fi door camera. No more malarkey. Call Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
100 years of anything means a lot. And at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, you'll find over 100 years of combined motorcycle experience. So they must be doing something right. If you're in the market for a new bike, trike, or four-wheeler, or ATV, see the folks you can depend on for sales, service, and parts. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, with over 100 years of combined motorcycle experience. Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. This day and time, you need to be concerned about your health, and Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby can help. Talk with them about phenomenal air-cold plasma generator technology. It cleans the air naturally and can eliminate 99% of COVID. Also virus, bacteria, mold, pollen, dust, dander, and odors, including smoke odors. And it's time for your preseason checkup. Book your service online for just $65 or mention WhatsAppShopper.com and get it for just $45. Visit the Facebook page or HopperHVAC.com. That's Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby. Attention.
There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports in Lowell. Dennis Davis is in the house. I'm Kevin Hastings. I'm going to get Will Boykins up on in a minute. He's trying to get his video. I got the audio, but we're working on getting his video and stuff in. Dennis, you want to go over the scores again while I do that? And I'll join you in just
more
a
than
second.
happy to. Let me just kick them off right here with the local scores that were on our station tonight on WCSL tonight. You heard that Chase beat Cherryville tonight 56-9. On WHS with Brent Pascoe and Tom Sinofani, you heard Crest beat Forest View 38-13. On WLON tonight, you had North Lincoln over West Lincoln 10-6. RS Central and East Rutherford will be on WAGY tomorrow night over in Rutherford County. In the big thrill of the night, the Burns Bulldogs pulled out a 28-27 victory over South Point and the Red Raiders. South Point went for two. Burns was able to stop them and secure the victory. East Gaston and Shelby will be tomorrow night. Kings Mountain and Kramer will be playing Saturday night. Berry Academy beat Ashbrook tonight, 31-13. North Gaston and Hunter Huss will be played tomorrow night. It was Thomas Jefferson 25 and Community School of Davidson 9. Mountain Island Charter and East Lincoln will play Friday. It was Newton Conover and Lincoln tonight, with the Wolves coming out on top 27-13 over Newton Conover. Bessemer City and Pine Lake Prep will play Friday night, and the Maiden Blue Devils tonight beat Bandy's by a score of 21-7. Fred T. Ford 28, Patton 6 tonight. It was High Brighton 50 and Bunker Hill 13 tonight. West Iredell and Drone will play Friday night, and West Caldwell and East Burke will also play Friday night, along with McDowell and Hickory. It was St. Stephen's and Freedom playing Friday night as well. In a low-scoring game tonight, it was South Iredell over Alexander Central by a score of 7-2, and Watauga and South Caldwell will play Friday night, and Christ the King and...
You're going to get that one of these days. Union Academy.
Union Academy. That's what it looks sort of like, Doctor. Go up one step there. They will play Friday night. Is Will made it in yet?
I'm working on it. We're going to get him up in a second. How about this? I may have him audio. Probably not going to have video. Go ahead, Will. You can hear me, Will? You can hear me. I should be able to hear you then.
I can't hear him.
I know, right? Let's see. I guess he can hear me good.
We can talk about him, and he can't say anything.
That's the best thing to do. Let's see. He's hearing me there. Audio output. Will, you got me there? No on that one. What about now? Man, I know I'm doing something wrong here. Is what it is. It's got to be not a big surprise. I'm trying to get Will Boykins in, folks. I've got to give some highlights, Will, before we get out of here. Just hold on, and I'm going to try to figure out whatever your sound problem is there, and give me 2 seconds. As I got to give some highlights to the folks at home, and output. I mean, I think I've got everything set up right there. I mean, it looks that way. Y'all can hear that, can't you? Will can hear the music. Will can hear me. Give me thumbs. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know why I can't hear Will. But I should be able to hear him. It's not his fault. It's definitely on mine. All right, let me get in there and give you some highlights first, and then we'll go from. Give me about 2 seconds there, and I'll come in there and get some highlights, Dennis, as you kind of wrap up kind of tonight's first night here on KTC for a minute.
Kevin Hastings, come on down. Well, between Will's audio and my voice, it may be a little hard to hear either one of us. We've had, I think, a pretty good opening night, considering that none of these teams have really had probably more than one scrimmage. I think, that's the maximum that they got into last week. So you've had a long time of inactivity, which was, if you're working in the weight room, and we can see the results of that tonight with some of those guys. I'll tell you what, I looked at the video of some of the Crest and the Forest View game. Them some big boys out there now. They got some pretty good sized young'uns out there. I don't know what they feeding them, Kevin, but they must be eating down in fats. Have you got Will?
Kind of,
sort of, maybe.
Kind of, sort of. I've got somehow. Just keep going, Dennis. I'll be here in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Jeez.
Anyway, and some games were closer than.
Are you sure you're not muted?
You must be talking to Will. Anyway, we had some games that, if you listen to Shannon and myself on the pregame, we didn't have a clue about some of these. And I'll be honest with you, I missed some of these things badly. For example, one of the ones that I missed,
you hear me there, don't you? Yeah. No, I'm talking to Will. I know you can hear me in there. I know I'm not on the radio. Will, I don't know, man. This don't make no sense. We do this every Monday and Tuesday. Give me a second. Check.
get that game. But if you're over in Cleveland and Rutherford County, you'll definitely get the RS Central East in Rutherford. It's that kind of night, Kevin.
One of those nights.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll have East Lincoln and Mountain Island Charter. Charlotte Hornets basketball tomorrow night evening as well. It looks like, Dennis, that Will called and everything failed. Like, now the video's not working. I'm going to have to pull up a different one.
It's Will's fault.
I'm going to blame it on him at least.
He's not here. We can blame it on him.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the plan.
Yeah. When in doubt, blame Will.
It's definitely the plan. So, geez, I'm going to have to pull up this here and go a little bit further. Sorry, folks. This is our first night. We're kind of, we were short-staffed on a Thursday.
We're just wading through the weeds.
I'm trying to get this stuff. I'm going to show you some highlights in like 2 seconds as soon as I press the right button here. But let's see. Let's start. Let's go with Let's use this one. All right, folks. So tonight we had some folks out at the games tweeting scores. So we had Matt Royster for the Burns. We had Jason Sane out at Lincoln for their big win.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night. Now we're gonna have some folks too. Tonight we also had Caleb Johnson at Cherryville. Tonight did a fantastic job. Tomorrow we're gonna have Peyton Warlick. Now JP's gonna be Saturday
over at Kings Mountain.
That game's been moved to Saturday, right? Are we confirming that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make
6
sure
o'clock. I think
we're right on that. All right, folks. Let me give you guys here, folks. We're going to watch some highlights from today's scores. We're going to kind of roll through them, give our thoughts on them as we go through the roll. All right. Let's see. Scroll down here and pull them up for you folks. Nice and easy. So tonight, let's look at some of the, let's say, Burns and South Point highlights and go through some of those scores tonight.
Definitely that, end zone 2-point conversion attempt.
Right. So let's pull up that. So you folks watching online, I'm just going through our Twitter stuff tonight. So we're going to start with the 2-point conversion. This is the play that Burns to win the game. Basically, here's their winning play. Up the middle, of course, South Point, no surprise with the option there, Dennis, and to get the and Burns with the big stop to win the game. And I think if Burns going on the road with a big win, everybody's looking forward to that Shelby matchup, right?
Oh yeah,
Burns and Shelby.
Oh, that will be for the conference championship.
Yeah. Dennis, I'm having some technical trouble here on my end.
It's okay, Kevin.
Of trying to get these videos up and working. So let me look over here on probably going to take another time out here in a second. Thursday night prep scores. Let me give you the scores, and I'm going to try to reset something. Cherryville loses 56-9 at home to Chase. Crest 38-13 over Forestview. North Lincoln 10-6 over West Lincoln. Burns 28-27 over South Point. Berry Academy 31-13 over Ashbrook. Maiden 21-7 over Bandy's. Lincoln 27-13 over Newton Conover. Thomas Jefferson 25-9 over Community School of Davidson. And Ford wins tonight over Patton. And the other ones, let's see, Ford over Patton tonight 28-6. High Brighton 50-13. South Iredale 7-2. And we got a bunch of games for tomorrow night on the scoreboard. So we're going to take another break, folks, and we're going to come back. Like I said, we're going to get them up and running and get some highlights going for everybody here in just a few moments on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Since 1986, Witherspoon Insurance Agency in Shelby has been serving families across Shelby and Cleveland County. And today, Wayne Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986.
Dellinger's Jewel Shop, 112 West Mountain Street in Kings Mountain, is a fourth-generation family-owned business. They offer quality diamonds, gold and silver jewelry, and custom jewelry, and they offer a sale price every day. Dellinger's always has great gift items and free gift wrapping, so remember them for that special Valentine gift. And right now, they have cash price store-wide discounts from 10 to 50%. Looking for that special engagement ring? They're the place to go for better diamonds at a better price. That's Dellinger's Jewel Shop. Call 704-739-8031. Smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby. Dr. Stroud, Wilson, Thompson, and McMurray invite you in for all of your dental needs, from preventive care to cosmetic dentistry, from crowns and bridges to root canals and implants. For your appointment, call 704-482-3281 or visit the website at shelbydentist.net. Yes, smiles are the specialty at Family Dentistry in Shelby, located at 416 West Warren Street. Kids love them. Hey, and you will too. Check out the $1 section at the Falston Pharmacy and Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville. There are many brand new items at the Falston Pharmacy location. And don't forget, at both locations, you can use their convenient drive-through window. You can even get your over-the-counter items through the drive-through. And they have vitamins including C and D and zinc to help fight off the virus. And remember, the grill is open at the Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville. Get your flu shots too at the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston, and Medical Center Pharmacy, East Academy Street in Cherryville.
The foot doctors of choice for many in this area are Doctors Jeff Mooney and Ron Maskarnik at Foothills Podiatry. In fact, people come to Foothills Podiatry from miles around for gentle but state-of-the-art foot care. Our staff truly cares about your needs. You can expect top-notch medical and surgical care from a staff dedicated to quality service. Whether a repeat patient or a new one, come see us soon at Foothills Podiatry, 707 North Morgan Street in Shelby.
Foothills Podiatry is proud to welcome Dr. Gretchen Lawrence to their practice. Full Throttle Powersports in Gastonia has just gotten a whole lot bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They have just purchased MS Powersports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. That's Full Throttle Powersports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. The fire that you desire is found at Future Energy Company on West Graham Street in Shelby. For 38 years, Future Energy Company in Shelby has been keeping Cleveland County warm and cozy with gas logs and fireplace inserts, plus keeping you fed with a Big Green Egg and Green Mountain pellet grills. And they carry the Yeti coolers too. So for the fire that you desire, see Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street in Uptown Shelby, or online at futureenergyco.com. Now you can get metal roofing at getabuilding.com in Shelby. Yes, all colors of metal roofing with a 40-year paint warranty. And now priced at just $227 a linear foot. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Ask to see the selection today of metal roofing at getabuilding.com. Plus, see them for your carports, garages, barns, and storage buildings. Call 704-482-7880, and you too can become a happy customer at getabuilding.com. Visit the website or at the location at 1705 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. They are the building people. There's nothing worse than going to bed and finding bed bugs. What do? You call H&H Termite, Pest Control, and Waterproofing in Shelby. They'll put your bed bugs to sleep for good. And call H&H to treat your yard for mosquitoes. And just announced, H&H Waterproofing was named the best of the best for the second straight year. H&H Termite, Pest Control, and Waterproofing, 520 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at hhpci.com. Attention contractors. H&M Industries in Shelby sells wholesale. You get wholesale pricing, like vinyl windows as low as $149 with a lifetime warranty on frames and sash. plus low E argon. Extra strength glass as low as $149. Plus metal roofing, just 82 cents a square foot with a 40-year warranty. And get vinyl siding at wholesale prices too. That's H&M Industries, 3931 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-734-9900 or visit the website at hmindustries.com. Attention contractors. H&M Industries in Shelby sells wholesale. You get wholesale pricing, like vinyl windows as low as $149 with a lifetime warranty on frames and sash, plus low E argon. Extra strength glass as low as $149, plus metal roofing, just 82 cents a square foot with a 40-year warranty. And get vinyl siding at wholesale prices too. That's H&M Industries, 3931 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-734-9900 or visit the website at hmindustries.com. Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby has just received a big new shipment of scratch and dent refrigerators. Yes, these hard-to-find refrigerators are now in stock in Shelby at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, and a great selection to choose from. Some with French doors, side-by-sides, and top-mounted Samsung refrigerators. See them today at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at hendrickappliance.com, and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. Now, right now, this very minute, it's the time to get your mowers and small engine products serviced at Hojo Powersports and Equipment in Shelby. Get your residential and commercial mowers and equipment serviced before spring gets here. You'll be ready to go. They are an authorized warranty service center, serving this area for over 30 years. That's Hojo Powersports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street, off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Open 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Or call 704-482-5002. Get it serviced at Hojo Powersports and Equipment.
Hey, look at them beans, and look at that corn. And I bet them watermelons must be 3 feet long.
Your beans will look that good with a stop at Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain. Come get your seeds now and get a head start on that spring garden. Beans, corn, cantaloupes, cucumbers, squash, and more. And now's the time to put on that crabgrass preventer. Plus, you'll find mulch, fertilizer, lime, pine needles, and grass seed too. Get those seeds now at Hometown Hardware, 110 South Railroad Avenue in Kings Mountain, and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Look at them beans.
100 years of anything means a lot. And at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, you'll find over 100 years of combined motorcycle experience. So they must be doing something right. If you're in the market for a new bike, trike, or four-wheeler, or ATV, see the folks you can depend on for sales, service, and parts. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, with over 100 years of combined motorcycle experience. Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
And welcome back to the NCFullThrottle.com, FullThrottleNC.com, Full Throttle Motorsports of Lowell post-game football show with Dennis Davis. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Andre Bush tonight. Big games across the board. Dennis, want to give some scores?
I'll be happy to run those for you. Let's start again with the Chase charitable score. Chase
Suzuki and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. That's Full Throttle Powersports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. The fire that you desire is found at Future Energy Company on West Graham Street in Shelby. For 38 years, Future Energy Company in Shelby has been keeping Cleveland County warm and cozy with gas logs and fireplace inserts, plus keeping you fed with a Big Green Egg and Green Mountain pellet grills. And they carry the Yeti coolers too. So for the fire that you desire, see Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street in Uptown Shelby, or online at futureenergyco.com. Now you can get metal roofing at getabuilding.com in Shelby. Yes, all colors of metal roofing with a 40-year paint warranty. And now priced at just $227 a linear foot. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Ask to see the selection today of metal roofing at getabuilding.com. Plus, see them for your carports, garages, barns, and storage buildings. Call 704-482-7880. And you too can become a happy customer at getabuilding.com. Visit the website or at the location at 1705 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. They are the building people.
And good evening and welcome back to the broadcast live from the KTC Broadcasting Studios. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Andre Bush and Dennis Davis. They've called tonight. We're going to get off at here originally 11:30, then we decided 11. I'm going to stay on here for a little bit because our highlights, we were supposed to do highlights, and for some reason, once Will Boykins, and I'm going to blame you, Will. You said I couldn't blame you, but I'm going to blame you. Once you called, we had 4 different computers completely stopped doing what they've been doing all night. I don't know if Will's just that ugly, but no, I love Will. Thanks, Will. We'll get you on next week. I know you had a long day. Thursday, guys, it was kind of tough to get everybody in. Let's do some highlights here on KTC Broadcasting, off our Twitter pages and our local guys. We're going to give some of the scores. I'm going to scroll all the way back down through our whole feed tonight, and then we're just going to go from the start and then do highlight after highlight after highlight, and then, then we'll go to bed, I guess, get ready for tomorrow night's broadcast. So let's back up. If you're watching on YouTube, you see me. I'm scrolling. These are the folks we're following. So tonight, how about let's start off with a 3-0 field goal for the Crest Chargers. How about that? As they take a 3-0 lead out at home tonight to start off against Forest View. I guess I could go full screen on that for you folks to watch it. How about that? Let's go full screen for you. All right, Crest lining up what looks to be about a 12-yard field goal. 24 kicks up and good, and Crest takes a 3-0 lead here to be our first score on the What's Up Shopper Red Zone channel. Fuller gets a 25-yard touchdown run here on the highlights. We'll check for Crest. Quarterback keeper up the middle, bounces to the outside, breaks a couple tackles, and walks in from about the 10. Nice play. Late hit there if you watch online. A little bit of a late hit from the Forest View Jaguar. That put Crest up 10-0. How about over at Cherville tonight? Big win tonight for Chase. How about a Chase Trojan? Let's start them off. They're going to be a lot of scores on this, folks. This is the first score for Chase tonight. As they, I probably don't have any sound for the folks watching at home. A reverse flea flicker, and I'm going to pause it, folks. And if you're watching online, and folks, you can watch on YouTube online. If you're watching online, that's 3 wide receivers and the referee who are all wide open on this play. So this is one of my favorite plays to run, and I tell coaches that, if they ever ask me what I want to run, I want the reversed option flea flicker. And this time they ran Chase run it and ended up with 3. I mean, the quarterback could have picked any of the wide receivers, and they all would have scored. And the referee watches him catch it about, the 45. Wasn't even the deepest guy, and the Trojan runs all the way in from 50 yards after making the catch. What a play. We'll show it one more time. Reverse option flea flicker for the Chase Trojans. Just more of a reverse flea flicker, not a reverse option flea flicker, I think. Coach Cogdell in the game. Big play there for Chase. They take a 8-0 lead there over the Ironman. So Ironman struggled tonight. I'm sure they'll have to get back on the horse next week. And I think I had the schedule in front of me a minute ago. All right, so let's check out some more scores from tonight. I'm going to get down and I want to try to go in order as much as I can so you guys keep up with what was going on. So let's see. Of course, Burns with a big win. A lot of scores from Chase and Crest early on. Let's catch up with some of these guys and of course, Burns as well. Here is Chase's 14-0 score. Folks watching live online, showing some highlights. Folks, if you're at the game and you want a video and you're doing video or anything, you tweet us a score, pictures, whatever. We'll use you on the postgame show. All right, here is Chase went up 14-0 on this play. About 20 yards out, handoff, 2 broken tackles, spins out, goes out to the left side. After the end, loss contain, and Chase goes up 14-0 on the Cherville Ironman. So going up to the next score, we got a Tylen Ruff 3-yard touchdown run against Forest View that put them up. I think this was 17-0 on the handoff. Nice little easy, nothing to do, kind of play right up the middle there for Crest as the Chargers score and take the 17-0 lead on a Tylen Ruff 3-yard run. Then scoring finally got going over in Belmont tonight as the Bulldogs, with a 1-yard run from Lamont Wilson, take a 6-0 lead out at South Point. You folks watching online can see the plays. There was actually a pitch and not a dive, and Wilson shook two people there. Nice little moves there from him. All right, then that put Burns up 6-0. Again, Lamont Wilson with the 6-0 run. At the end of the first quarter, it was Burns 6-0 and Crest up 17-0. So Cleveland County up 23 to nothing on Gaston County after one quarter. South Point got an extra score to start off the second quarter, but missed the extra point. We're going to show you the score here. That South Point. This was a great game back and forth between the two teams. So South Point under center here, of course, running the old red bone. Handoff up the middle, and it's a touchdown. So, you saw the quarterback raise his hands. He's standing there in the middle. He kind of knows before anybody does. Chase, touchdown by Caden Hampton, made it 22-2 Chase. We'll check out Hampton's run. Quarterback back to the 10, jumped over a guy, breaks another tackle, and slides into the end zone for the score for the Chase Trojans. That made it 22-2. Then we're going to go on up. Burns, 2-yard run from Cameron Sweezy. 2-point conversion failed, however. But this 2-yard run from Sweezy gave the Bulldogs 12-7. And when you win by 1 point, every run, every point matters. Bulldogs winning 28-27 tonight up in Belmont. Get over to the next score. How about a Tylen Ruff 20-yard run, made it 31-7 for Crest. Ruff with a big night tonight. Of course, he is committed to go to college and play ball. Handoff, and he bounced outside. And he's played a little a quarterback a little bit, I think, the past few years as well at Crest. I'll replay that. How about let's replay that one? That's a nice little run from Ruff around the end against the Forest View Jaguars. Rob Roop out at the stadium tonight filming for us on KTC Broadcasting for those touchdowns. Caden Hampton, how about his big touchdown? Made it 42-2 Chase. Pull up that. Here you go. This is Caden Hampton from about 31 yards out, or 29. No, it was 31 yards out. Up through the middle, right down the throat of the Ironman defense, and that put Chase up big time, 42-2. Cherville would score late. We'll get to that in a minute. There's another Chase touchdown there. We're going to pull them up as we can. How about Cameron Wilkins? The next to last touchdowns for the Trojans. Look, I told you, everybody for Chase about scored tonight. Seems like handoff up the middle. Ironman with no penetration, and they get. I was told Ironman were missing some people tonight as well, so we can kind of maybe mention that a little bit. Ansley Camacho of Burns hit a field goal with a few minutes remaining in the game. You win by one again, folks. Every point counts. There's the Camacho field goal. He's going to be proud of himself tonight up there in Lawndale. The left-handed kicker fires it through the uprights to give Burns. At that point, he tied it up. So Camacho tied the game at 21. Clutch kick from the kid. Touchdown Burns, 4-yard run from Cameron Squeezy was the final go-ahead score. Let's check it out. Sweezy around the end. He's a big, long quarterback. It reminds me a lot, just kind of size-wise watching him online and stuff, a little Vince Youngish the way he runs. He's just tall and runs that way. How about Chase's last touchdown? Cameron Wilkins got him one. We'll check him out. This is from 18 yards out. Handoff up the middle. Breaks one tackle, then bounces to the right side. Breaks another 2-3 tackles, and then finally scores. Big time running hard from the Chase Trojans tonight in a big time win. The Ironman. How about a Jeter touchdown up at Crest? We got some of them too. 8-yard touchdown run with 3:24 in the fourth, made it 38-7. You can check out Jeter getting up the middle here for the score for the Crest Chargers. And then Cherville Ironman did get on the board tonight. Chase Miller with the touchdown for the Ironman. Ball on about the 2. He bobbled the snap, and he handed off, and Chase got around the end and completely ran over the DB there in the corner. He'll remember that. Nice little highlight tape for him to add to it. Burns would recover an onside kick tonight. Raiders go for it at the end for 2 to win it. Let's see. Reed had a 6-yard run in the third for Forest View. Hunter Hogue was a 1-yard run to cut the Burns lead to 28-27 as the Raiders go for 2 with a minute remaining. Here's the touchdown to get there, and then we'll have the plays. Pretty much the same play. If you've ever seen South Point, fullback dive, let it go. Can we get 2 yards? And we do. The ball kind of came out right there, I think. But South Point got the touchdown there. But Bulldogs stop on the 2-point conversion and win tonight down in Belmont. Congratulations to them. I want to go through again, give some of these final scores, folks. I want to thank everybody for listening and watching tonight. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Tonight, obviously, this is our first night getting everything together, and we had some technical difficulties. We had a lot of fun, kind of know what we can and need to do going forward. And we appreciate everybody for helping out tonight. I want to go through the games. I want to thank all of our workers tonight, folks. Chase and Cherville, Calvin Hastings, and Danny Aker. Crest Forest View game, we had Rod Broop, Brent Pasco, and Tom Sinafani. Out at North Lincoln tonight, we had West Lincoln. At North Lincoln, we had Tim Johnson and Logan Baker. Want to welcome to the team. RS Central at East Rutherford will be tomorrow night. On KTC, we'll have Paul Foster and Jonathan Bland and Tanner Halbert will have coverage from out there. East Gaston at Shelby tomorrow night, we'll have Brent Pasco, Jeff Jones, and Steve DeGree will be tweeting from out there. Then we have Burns at South Point tonight. Matt Royster was our tweeter. Want to thank Matt for helping out. East Gaston at Shelby. Well, we said that tomorrow. Kramer at Kings Mountain on Saturday. Berry Academy at Ashbrook. Berry Academy wins tonight 31-13. North Gaston Hustleby Friday. Bessemer City and Pine Lake Prep Friday. Mountain Island Charter East Lincoln Friday. Other scores from around the area. Community School of Davidson falls at Thomas Jefferson 25-9. Lincoln wins 27-13 over Newton Conover. Maiden 21-7 over Bandy's. Ford wins 28-6 over Patton. High Brighton 50-13 over Bunker Hill. South Iredale 7-2 over RS Central. And West Iredale at Drone, West Caldwell, East Burke. McDowell at Hickory, Freedom at St. Stephen's, and Watauga at South Caldwell, and Christ the King at Union Academy. Folks, if you go to the games, post your highlights and scores. We will use them if you want us to. Just tag us at KTC Broadcasting, hashtag KTC Scores, hashtag KTC Sports. You can tag us in any of that. We'll post your videos, pictures, whatever you want to put. Happy homecoming, happy seniors, whatever you want to do. We'll say happy to the folks. But tonight, had a great time tonight, and we're going to take it to the house here in just a moment and have a good night, and we'll be back on the air tomorrow evening live here. We will not have a pregame show tomorrow or a postgame show. We'll have just the live show on KTC. This live show will be the only thing tomorrow as far as in the studio. We'll have RS Central at East Rutherford. We'll have Mountain Island Charter at East Lincoln, East Gaston at Shelby, and Charlotte Hornets basketball as well. All right, folks, that'll do it here on another night. KTC Broadcasting High School Prep Football on ktcbroadcasting.com.
The incredible man, I only do